about the kingdom. Yeah.
Hello, viewers. It's once again another brand new week. I want to welcome you to another episode of Let's Talk Kingdom Music with Princess K. And this week promise to be very, very sweet and very, very interesting because we have good things to discuss and urge you to sit down, relax, and then don't change that dial. I'm not here alone today, just as usual. I'm here with the chief host and my co-host here. On my left hand side, we have the one and only Princess K. Princess K. Princess K, you are looking so awesome and so amazing.
Thank you.
Ah.
When you are close to wealthy people, like John Wealth, what can I do then to look so good? Because the wealth is transferring,
You started again this week again. Oh, thank you very much. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
How have your week been?
Amazing. Last week, man, on the set, we had a blast.
Of course.
We even went from is it item 7?
Item 7 to 11 and come back to 10.
Go back to 7.
I'll go back to 7 again.
Oh my God, it was blessed.
Thank you very much. On my right, I have my colleague here, the one and only Ochuko Emerald, the CEO of Emerald Music,
Right.
and he's here today. Emerald, how are you doing?
My brother, thank you so much. We are good. We are good in the hands of God.
Oh, I can see you are looking all fresh up,
Always like chocolate.
Is this chocolate black or dark? I don't even understand. Which one are you?
Blue.
Blue.
Blue chocolate.
Blue chocolate. Okay.
I never eat that. I will not eat. Please.
He's always here to take us to the next level, to take us to the items that we don't even understand. At times you take us up and down. I still remain John Watts Music, the CEO of John Watts Music. You can watch us live on TV on ITV, channel 140 on Go TV, channel 130 on Start Time, and you can also follow us in all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are all there. Don't miss out. If you miss out at the last episode or there's something you missed, just go to YouTube. The full video is there for you to watch. So today, Emira, let me start with you. Today program and today segment, we are having
Yes.
just
A item.
item
11 plus.
11 plus.
Is it iPhone?
We are always here to make people feel fun.
Right.
You get it. It's not a dull moment.
Right.
And at the same time, it's a place where you acquire knowledge. And I believe strongly that you are watching us. I believe you must acquire a lot of knowledge from this show. So this is why we are here to put things right.
Right.
And to also say what is need to be said.
Right.
Princess K, what do you have to say?
Oh, I've been beating up and down with this knowledge. Like, my God, I've been fed so much. Last week, the previous week, we had amazing people, guests on the set, and honestly, if you're not watching this, you're missing a lot. Don't say you know a lot because you've been in this industry. The knowledge is always increasing every day, and the more you get knowledge. Even the Bible say, "For all thy getting." Even when you get understanding, knowledge is part of it. So we keep increasing in knowledge. Yes, so we keep it. So yeah, this show is actually dishing out some tough knowledge, and I am being blessed. Sitting here as a host, I tell you that, man, there's no other place I'd rather be.
Princess K, don't forget that you've learned so much from me, especially broken, as I be pidgin English of it. I've
Like-
taught you many things. Just
like,
admit that John Wet, you have taught me so many pidgin.
You have taught me
Let me
pidgin.
take the
And the Yorubas.
the Yoruba.
Said with pigeon. Said you have taught me many things with pigeon.
You taught me many
with
things.
pigeon.
Make you
You
taught
don't
me.
teach me.
Oh, you don't teach me many things. No, I have to put. You don't teach me many things. Oh.
So today on today's episode we have a very good a friend of ours. He's a real man of God. He's a pastor, and this we keep having pastors and
Evangelists.
evangelists. I also do the music ministry, pastoring, teaching, and so on and so forth. This man have done so well for himself. He has sacrificed so much for the gospel, And what do you have to say about our guest? I know you are very close to him, and you have that kind of bond.
Always wow.
Always wow.
Wow.
He's the kind of person that have a free heart, a man of God, and he's very down to that. Very talented when it comes to the music, anointed for that. And I believe you are going to see more. What you have seen before is a test run.
Wow.
Now they move over to start showing.
Okay. Let's not waste much time. Let's bring up our friend and our pastor, evangelist, pastor.
Thank you very much. This is great. Thank you very much.
Pastor Nonso, thank you very much for being here with us this week. We are very, very much privileged to be here. I've worked with you for some time. I've known you for some time. I'm familiar with some of your works, and so on and so forth. But I will not be the one to talk, but I will allow you to, first of all, introduce yourself. Then we'll pick it up from there to the audience.
Okay, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure being here today. Thank you so much. Well, my name is Pastor Onuchukwu Nonso Okechukwu.
Wow, tuku is too much. In everyone.
There's God.
So, yeah, that's it. So it's Onuchukwu Nonso Okechukwu.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it is. So the first one has Onuchukwu, second one has Chukwu, and the third one.
Chuku is that's what I heard.
That's the only thing you heard. So that's my name, and for short, Pastor Nonso.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm called Pastor Nonso. I'm a pastor. I am a music minister. I am a businessman. I am a father. I am a student.
Actually, all students were here. We were already in class already.
When he was introducing himself, my heart was beating fast. Yeah, I said, it's like this man want to say he's a host. My job. You understand? So I was not looking for, but thank God he didn't take my job.
No, you have your job.
So we leave
You have your job.
So Pastor Nonso, you've been in this ministry for how long, and how did you start?
How's the journey?
How did
Tell
you
us
start?
the journey.
Wow, this journey. It's been quite a journey, truly. And this journey started from when I was, like every music minister, I started studying when I was a kid. But that's the reality for me. So I wouldn't say because some people are saying that, I wouldn't say that's the reality for me. So I started singing from childhood when I was still in the children's church, the junior church. So we're going for what we called, then it was in the Anglican Communion. So we're having what we call the APA, Anglican Praying Association. So that's where we have the evening fellowship for kids. So we'll come together and we're playing our local instruments, and I'll be asked to lead in songs. So I will sing and we'll play. But then, when we leave the church and we get back home, I will always keep singing When I'm doing the house chores, I'll still be singing. And I noticed that my mom took notice of what was happening. Even though, in those days, there wasn't much they could do. They didn't know much to do about maybe find a child with a talent.
Right.
What do I do to help this child develop this? But she did the little she could. And one of the things I'll never forget is one of the days I was washing plates at the back of the house. So, and I was singing. I didn't even know she was in her room listening to me. So I was singing, and it got to a point, she just called me. And if you know my mom, if my mom invites you to her room,
African mother. African mother.
you know what it is.
Oh, not that you have one lord.
No.
You have to get much.
Oh my God! So if they invite you, you're in trouble.
If you ever get invited into her room, you are in for it.
Something is waiting for
Son
you.
of judgment.
So
Wow.
she said I should come to her room. I was asking, what did I do? Maybe I didn't wash the plate when I should. Was there something she told me to do that I didn't do? My mind was racing. So, but when I got into the room, she brought out cabin biscuit, cabin biscuit, the pack. And then she brought four pieces of it and gave to me. I didn't collect that because it could be a trap.
That would have been a very awesome moment for you to be remembering it.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
bit by bit.
I remember every bit of it.
Good.
So she brought out the 4 pieces of cabin biscuit and she was giving me, and I was standing, I was looking at her. I was waiting to know what is my offense. Could this be a setup? So I didn't stretch out my hand. She said, take. I took it and I still held it. I said, Mommy, what did I do?
Oh, wow.
She said, I've been in here listening to you. And the songs you were singing there, that it has blessed me. So this is your reward.
Wow.
I'm telling you, that was my Grammy.
And I believe that is the highest one.
That's
I want on the month
that's why I can't forget it.
Yeah.
It's a moment in my life that I cherish.
Wow.
And she's been there. So anytime I think about my music career, that moment never leaves my memory. Because it was a strong encouragement.
I wish all mothers can in Africa can do this.
Princess K, there's something about African mother that you will not understand. African mother would rather compare you with your mate. Like, they see your mate. Like, are you not seeing your mate?
Yeah,
They
want
you to be better. You understand? They will always compare you. So for
Just
your
like
mother,
Chinese, that's how Chinese.
so for your mother to commend you is
Yeah.
really on a high standard.
Yeah.
But that is, sorry to say, but that is one thing they're supposed to be doing, because when you see how that made a great impact in your life, the more you encourage your children, commend them, they feel proud, because parents are this role model from the start. So when they say, my dad liked this and I'm doing, my mom liked this, that is actually a stepping stone. But I noticed that some African mother or father, like, if it's some people, when you're singing, as I say, you don't want to be a lawyer. You don't want to be a lawyer or doctor.
So that's how it started. And then I was so encouraged. So I kept working. When I became a teenager, I joined the adult choir while I was still a teenager. So, and they would always give me that opportunity to sing. Even though the first day I won't forget, the first day I was appointed to sing in the main church. It wasn't planned. I wasn't pre-informed. I came to church. I was standing with my elder brother and my younger brother. Normally, 3 of us, we stay on the same row. And if you hear us clap, you know that the Onuchukwus are in church. It was our trademark. And we had our trademark sounds that we give with our hands.
Wow.
So while we were there, it was time for praise. So the person that was supposed to lead in praise wasn't in church. So the pastor was standing there. He was pointing. He said, come and lead us in praises. I was standing there. I was looking. He said, I'm talking to you. You come and lead us in praises. I was looking. He said, yes, you. Come. It was. I said, He said, "Come and lead
I
us in
didn't
praise."
rehearse.
Nothing, no rehearsals, nothing. But I believe someone must have told him
That you can
from
say.
what we were doing in the children church.
Yeah.
So he wanted to just, okay, since the person is not around, you come and do that. And that was the first day I led in praise in the adult church. And thank God, God showed up. So it was like after that day, everybody said, "We never knew this boy could sing and all that." The mamas and the papas, at the end of the service, they'll want to give you maybe 50 kobo to encourage you. I'm not that young, like when I say 50 kobo, some people say, "How do you mean 50 kobo? Who uses 50 kobo?"
Some of us
But that's how it started, and then we took it. But professionally, I started music 2007. Professionally, that's when I would say I released the first work I did. But that was with a group named New Men. We had a group of 3 young men. Actually, this work was released in China. We were living in China at the time. So 3 of us, we met in China, and I read a book by Miles Monroe of blessed memory, The Principles and Purpose of Vision. And when I read that book, there were things that were ignited in my spirit. So stirred up in my spirit. So I wanted to fulfill purpose. And in that, one of the days I was praying and meditating, so I was led to call 2 of my friends, and we met together and started talking, started working on some songs. But a long story short, we had an album, and we released the album, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It was the first of its kind in our circle, because most of our people were not free to do what they wanted to do in China. But for us to come up with such a project and be able to bring it to a conclusion and release it, it was a feat that people were so shocked, and they were asking us, "How did you do this?" We didn't just do audio. We had 11 tracks, 11 audio tracks, and we had 4 videos.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the 2007.
2007. Yeah. So that's when we dropped that, and from there, one thing led to the other. We started coming back to Nigeria. This person comes back. This person is still there.
Yeah, okay.
So when I came back to Nigeria, and the first of all, the pressure in Africa made me go in. So I went in, took my time to rearrange myself. Then in 2018, 19, started again, released a song, Chimamanda, released another one. So that was the journey. Then Ikedi came on board and the rest of them. So it's been a journey, actually. So when I came back to Nigeria, I got involved with an awesome person, a wonderful personality, the TWC Records, Mr. Sly. I won't say he is still a blessing to me, because meeting him was another level of my music career. And so the label was there to do so much, worked with me to get out the best. One of the best producers, T Keys, was the one that produced one of my tracks. And I mean,
It's a good producer.
yeah, very good producer.
Very good.
He's a music minister and he's a producer. He interprets
He
sounds.
produced one of my songs, and he will tell you
Yeah,
bit by bit what
yeah,
he's doing.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
good.
He knows his onions. So, and that's how we've migrated from one level to the other, from being a church boy.
As you're talking about this, I have a question that popped to my mind. When you were in China,
Yeah.
and you guys are together planning to do this, what made you want to do Christian song? Because I've heard gospel song. Let me put it gospel song.
Yeah.
Because I had people that say it doesn't matter. Even if you're Christian, you can still do any kind of song. But somebody actually trying to convince me that singing a song is like you being a lawyer or you being but you're still a Christian. So why didn't you, because of the development civilization over there, why didn't
Or
you
the
say
market.
like, or the market, why didn't you say, oh, let's just do hip hops, let's just do
Secular.
Yeah.
secular, even though it doesn't take us, it doesn't
Away
take
from you.
Christianity away from us. Why do you decide to like, okay, it's gospel?
It's
gospel.
Because I know China is not like Nigeria. Everybody go to church.
Yeah,
So
sure.
it's hard. You hardly hear somebody's. Today is
Okay,
Sunday. You don't even know when whether
Yeah, I
it's
don't
Sunday
know
or
what
Tuesday
it's
or Monday.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah.
Okay, like I said, this is what I started from when I was a kid.
Right.
And this is what I grew in. And I can tell you, this is the life I know. There is this when I tell people that I am a Christian, it's not something I learned
Right.
from maybe it's my life. So I would say there was no other life. In fact, there was no option.
Other life.
There's no- So if I knew another life, maybe I would have had option B, option C. Maybe I would have done this. But this is the life I know.
Right.
This is the life I have lived. This is where I have found peace. This is where I have found fulfillment.
Right.
So doing any other thing would mean going out of my life,
Your existence.
my existence, my
Right.
very essence. So it wasn't even an option.
Right.
It wasn't an option. So, but when we came together, the driving force, I need to say this, the driving force was that we needed to bring the love of Christ to the Chinese.
Okay.
That was the target. And that was why the first song we did was an English song that had a Chinese rendition also. We had a Chinese sister who worked with us on the project.
Okay.
So the idea was to transmit the love of God
Yeah.
to them. So it was basically evangelism.
Right.
It was trying to bring the gospel to them by the instrument and the tool of music, which is a universal language.
Right.
So because you could come to tell somebody, I want to preach to you about love, they say, I don't want to hear your preaching.
Mm.
But okay, can you listen to this song? I guess you like it. Oh, let me, oh, you have a song, let me hear it.
Right.
So, and in listening to the song, you are preaching to the person.
Exactly.
So you mustn't have to sit down and open the Bible, John 3:16.
They
the Bible
don't learn.
so they don't need to listen. In fact, I
don't
had
have
an
that
experience. I had an experience while we were in China. I was trying to preach to a Chinese. And somehow I began to tell the person that, you see, this world is messed up. The way we're going after this, the streets are made of gold. Guess what she said? She said, made of gold. She said, then I wouldn't want to be there. I don't like gold. I prefer silver. That messed up my gospel. If it were silver, that she would have not.
And when you tell somebody else like us, I would say we prefer.
I like gold. So you see that mindset.
It's only Africa that like gold, like everything gold. Do you buy a gold that do gold? Okay.
I want us to also look at your pastor administration, that your pastoral life.
Yeah.
But before then, we'll have to go on a short break. So when we come back, you will tell us more about your pastoral journey and all that. So let's go for a short break. We will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hello, people. This is your girl, Princess K, and I am here once again. We're talking about kingdom music.
The purpose of gospel music is not to win soul.
Really?
It's not. There is no business strategy for gospel. There is no business strategy for secular. As a matter of fact, most of the things we teach in the gospel we learn from the secular musicians.
I'm inviting myself already.